Hey everyone, Longacres Finance here, and today I want to show you what the fastest way to $1,000 per month in dividend income is, or rather was. There's plenty of videos on YouTube that show you how many shares of X stock you need to own to receive $1,000 per month in dividend income, and they are pretty interesting to watch. They show you just how much money it takes to build that level of passive income. After watching a few of them, the main point is that it takes quite a large chunk of money that most people watching these videos probably don't have lying around. So instead of doing the same video, I thought it would be useful to show you how much money it would have taken to earn $1,000 per month in dividend income had you started a few years ago, or many years ago. This can help you gauge how quickly you can get to that $1,000 per month dividend income stream. You may think that past performance isn't indicative of future returns, and you would be correct. But past performance is still one of the best tools financial analysts use to identify stock market patterns and develop strategies for future investments. So the aim of this video is to give you a rough idea of what amount of money it would have taken to get there in the past, and perhaps that can give you a rough idea of how long it will take you to get there in the future. I'll use 3 different stocks to play out this scenario from a few different perspectives. I'll be using a monthly paying dividend stock, a low yielding stock that has a strong history of dividend growth, and a high yielding stock with a history of average dividend growth. The stocks are Realty Income, ticker symbol O. This is a monthly paying dividend stock and historically one of the best ones on the market. Realty Income has historically paid a dividend yield between 3 and 6% during the past decade. Their dividend growth has been rather low, around 3 to 5% per year. For the high dividend growth stock, I decided to go with Home Depot, ticker symbol HD. Home Depot has historically paid a dividend yield between 1.5% and 3% during the past decade, but it has a long history of strong dividend growth. And for the high yield stock, I decided to go with WEC Energy Group, ticker symbol WEC. WEC has historically paid a dividend yield above 3% and as high as 4%. They have a decent history of dividend growth, with double-digit growth in the early 2000s and high single-digit growth during the last decade. The way we will do this is I will figure out how much you would have needed to contribute to each of these 3 stocks per month over a specific period of time to receive $1,000 in dividend income during the last year. So a total of $12,000 of dividend income in 2020. I've decided to cap this off in 2020 since we only have partial data for 2021, and it's not fair to compare a monthly dividend stock to a quarterly dividend stock ending on a random month during the year. So let's say, for example, I want to have the first time period be 5 years. I would start with January of 2016 and figure out the amount of monthly contributions with dividend reinvestment it would take for you to hit $12,000 in dividend income in 2020. If you're enjoying the video, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more weekly dividend videos. Okay, let's get started, and why not start with this 5-year period I just used as an example. Let's start with Realty Income. Any guesses as to what the monthly contribution amount is before we dive in? Okay, so to receive $12,000 in annual dividend income, or $1,000 per month in 2020, with Realty Income you would have needed to contribute $4,320 per month starting in January 2016. This would have paid $12,001 in dividend income in 2020, and required $259,200 of contributions during this time period. Your position would be worth about $302,000 at the end of 2020, so you would have had a market gain of about $43,000. Not a bad gain, but obviously that is a huge chunk of money to invest per month. It equates to almost $1,000 per week. Let's see if Home Depot looks any better. And they do not. With Home Depot, to build a $12,000 per year dividend income stream in 5 years, you would have needed to contribute $5,785 per month. This would have produced $12,004 in dividend income in 2020. That's almost $1,500 more in monthly contributions than Realty Income. In total, you would have contributed $347,100 over the 5-year period, and your investment would have a market value of about $571,000 at the end of 2020. That's about $224,000 in gains, which sounds very nice. But nevertheless, almost $6,000 per month in contributions is a tall order to fill. Let's take a look at WEC Energy Group. Maybe the higher dividend yield can work some magic. And they do clock in better than Home Depot. With WEC Energy Group, to earn $12,000 in annual dividend income in 2020, you would have needed to contribute $5,540 per month. This would have paid $12,005 of dividends in 2020. Although slightly better than Home Depot, it seems like Realty Income is the best of these 3 stocks during the 5-year period. The total contributions to WEC Energy Group over this 5-year period would have been $332,400. and the market value of this investment would have been about $479,000 at the end of 2020. This would have been about a $147,000 gain. With each of these three stocks, building a $1,000 per month or $12,000 per year dividend stream during the last 5-year period would have been quite challenging. Let's extend the time period to 10 years and see how that changes things. Let's start with Home Depot since they performed the poorest during the 5-year period. For the 10-year period, our time machine will take us back to 2011 as the start year. Okay, so with Home Depot, to build this $1,000 per month dividend portfolio in 2020, starting in 2011, would have required monthly contributions of $1,335. Now that is considerably lower than before, but it still seems like a large chunk of money. Compared to $5,785 per month, $1,335 sounds much better, and it's 433% less. $1,335 per month is roughly about $308 per week, which may seem high to some, but I think a lot of people with good budgeting skills can get there. At $1,335 per month, over a 10-year period, you would have contributed $160,200, which is 216% less than the $347,200 you would have needed to contribute to Home Depot over a 5-year period. This portfolio would have a market value of about $547,000 at the end of 2020, which is about $24,000 less than during the 5-year test. However, under this scenario, your market gain would be about $347,000 versus only $224,000 in the 5-year window. Not too shabby and quite doable. Let's move on to WEC Energy Group and see how they shake out. To build a $12,000 per year dividend income stream with WEC Energy Group during the 10-year period starting in 2011, you would have needed to contribute $1,715 per month. That's almost $400 more per month than Home Depot. So growth trumps yield in this scenario. The total contribution required into WEC Energy Group during this 10-year period would have been $205,800, which is 161% less than during the 5-year test. The resulting market value of this portfolio at the end of 2020 would be about $455,000, so also smaller than the $479,000 in the 5-year test. However, the market gain in the 10-year test would be about $249,000 versus only $147,000 in the 5-year test. Home Depot is the clear winner in this round thus far. Let's see if Realty Income can come up with a win once again. To build a $12,000 per year dividend income stream with Realty Income during this 10-year period would require monthly contributions of $1,420. That is close, but Home Depot takes this round. Total contributions to Realty Income would have been $170,400, and the ending market value of this portfolio would have been about $283,000. So not only would it have taken more money with Realty Income than Home Depot to reach our goal, the resulting portfolio would be worth about half as much. Home Depot looks more like a winner right now. Let's kick the time frame out another 5 years for a total of 15 years to see how the monthly contributions change. Let's start with WEC Energy Group since they performed the poorest during the 10-year period. Starting in 2006 now, to build a $12,000 per year dividend stream investing in WEC Energy Group, you would have needed to contribute $715 per month. This equates to $165 per week, which seems very doable. The total contribution over this 15-year window would have been $128,700, and the market value of this investment at the end of 2020 would have been about $449,000. That's about a 3.49 multiple of your investment, not bad over 15 years. Let's see if Realty Income can do better than in the last round. To build a $12,000 per year dividend income stream with Realty Income would require monthly contributions of $585. That's better than WEC Energy Group, a cool $30 less per week, $135 per week versus $165 for WEC Energy Group. Total contributions into Realty Income during this 15-year period would have been $105,300, and the resulting market value of this portfolio at the end of 2020 would have been about $279,000. It's funny, the longer our timeline becomes, the smaller the ending value of Realty Income's portfolio gets. With Realty Income, your investment would multiply about 2.65 times, which isn't bad, but not quite as good as WEC Energy Group. Let's take a look at Home Depot now to see if they can clean up here once more. To build a $12,000 per year dividend income stream with Home Depot during this 15-year period would require monthly contributions of $480. So Home Depot wins once more. This equates to about $110 per week. So on a weekly basis, the three stocks aren't too far apart, but $25 or $55 per week can add up to a big chunk of money over a 15-year period. Total contributions into Home Depot during this 15-year period would have been $86,400, and the ending market value of this portfolio at the end of 2020 would have been about $543,000. That's a 6.28 multiple on your investment. This amount too is smaller than the prior two market values for Home Depot. So the trend appears to be that as we extend our time frame, we require smaller contributions, but this in turn makes our ending portfolio market value smaller. This could also be related to the annual returns during the specific time period we looked at, and not to the smaller contributions or longer investing time frame. The last scenario is the only one that took into account the financial crisis of 2007. Another pattern here was that the actual market gain increased for each stock as we extended the time periods from 5 to 10 years and 10 to 15 years. So the main thing to take away from this example is that over a short period of time, it requires very large contributions to reach this goal of $1,000 per month in dividend income. As the time frame becomes longer, the contributions required become exponentially smaller. Not linearly, but exponentially. This is an important distinction. More time in the market is always better, and can lead to significantly more growth with less capital required. Obviously, this test could have played out differently had I used different stocks. But I do want to point out that chasing yield isn't always the best approach, especially if you have a long investing timeline. If you like high-yield stocks, but have many years of investing ahead of you, why not mix in some high-growth dividend stocks to help boost your dividend income down the road? Let me know in the comments below if you have any questions, and if you like this type of analysis, so I know whether I should do more videos like this one. Thank you for watching and see you next time.